Alright guys, I'm heading into town. I got a front tire on my backhoe. This seems to want to leak air all the time. It's always flat. My back tire on my El Camino, it does the same. So I'm taking those two tires in to Les Schwab, drop them off, see if they can find the holes and patch them. And the time they're doing that, I got to go over to the county and see if I need a permit for the greenhouse I'm going to build. I don't know if they require permits for greenhouses, or I think I'm probably going to call it a multi-purpose shed. I probably won't be using it as a greenhouse in the wintertime, but I'll be able to store some stuff in there and make the doors wide enough if I ever get a quad or something like that, I can pull it in there in the wintertime to keep the snow off of it. I plan on building a garage, but I don't want to pack my garage full of anything and everything I don't want out in the snow. I'd rather have a multi-purpose shed. So that's what I'm going to pitch to them. It's not going to have a foundation per se. I've got some tentative plans drawn up. 2x4 construction with some pads that it's gonna set on to keep 2x4s off the ground. So it'll have a dirt floor to it. I might put gravel in there. I'd probably stick to dirt. That way, if I wanted to actually plant some plants in the dirt in the greenhouse, I could. I'm thinking about having an aquaponics system in there and some raised beds. Make it easier. You don't have to bend over all the way to get to your plants and pull the weeds out or whatever you got to do, water them. Raised beds seem to make it a little bit easier. So we'll go down to the county and see what they say, see if I need to pull a permit. If I do, I can't imagine it's going to be too expensive. House permits weren't that expensive, so we shall see. Got our first stop coming up here. Les Schwab's up here. Another block or so. Get these tires dropped off. See if we can get them fixed. I hate pulling out the air compressor every time I want to use my backhoe. It seems like the tire on my El Camino goes flat about every third day. I got to put air in it. Well, Les Schwab's looking a little busy. They're thinking it's going to take about 2 hours to check those tires out, see if they can find a hole and patch them, plug them. So I'm going to go over here to the county, talk to them for a minute, wait for a phone call from Les Schwab. I got a wobbly camera too. Look at that. Wobbly camera just for you guys. Make you a little car sick. We got done with the county pretty quick. Didn't take too long. There's never a line there in the small towns. There's a special outbuilding exemption permit. I guess as long as it doesn't have water to it or electricity to it, and it's for storage only. I don't know exactly how that works, but that's what I'm going to say it's for. It's a $200 permit, so it's not too bad. I probably wouldn't worry about getting a permit for it if I already had my house and my garage built, all the main structures built on my property. But I'm going to have inspectors coming out and the county coming out looking at everything. They're going to notice that there's a 16 by 24 foot greenhouse propped up, I don't know, 150 feet from where my house is going. So it's not really worth trying to hide and hope they don't question it. $200 permit's not bad. So I'm going to kill a little bit of time now. It's about lunchtime. Go see what the wife's doing for lunch. Well, we're all done in town. On our way back to the property. Picked up the tires from Les Schwab. The El Camino tire had a nail in it. And the tractor tire, he just said it had a bunch of dirt in the bead, which kind of makes sense. It went flat the first time. It held there for a while and then went flat, and I had to get it back to the Connex box where the air compressor is to put air in it. And wipe it down the best you can, you know, but you don't necessarily get everything out of the bead before you put air in it. So, however, they didn't charge me anything. I know they have a pretty good guarantee on their tires when you buy them from them. You go in there and get rotations and all that for free, and honestly, I buy most of my tires from Les Schwab. It's kind of convenient. But I didn't know that if you don't buy the tire from them, that check it for a hole and patch a hole for free too. Maybe it's just the one in my town. Hell, I don't know. Got lucky though. They fixed both the tires and didn't charge me a dime. So we'll get these things back to the house and get them put back on. Get some more tractor work done this afternoon. See what else we can get done. I got a neighbor that right south of me has a bunch of 55-gallon drums in his back property from when he bought the property, and he doesn't want them. So I'm going to go over there and grab 4 or 5 of them, make a culvert out of them for a spot that there's a runoff stream goes through my property. I want to be able to cross it all times of the year. So I'm going to make a culvert out of these 55-gallon drums. Maybe in the next week or so, I don't know. Eventually I have to fill out this paperwork for the greenhouse permit and go back to town and turn it in. Seems like I got so much going on right now, I don't know what to do first. It'll all get done sooner or later though. When I was down talking to the county, I asked them about my building permit for my house, because the permit got approved, but I can't do anything right now because it's snowing. I can't exactly pour the footings or foundation, or I'm putting it on a slab, but I can't pour that yet. Can't pour it till it gets a little bit nicer out. They said as long as I get something approved by April, whether it's the footings inspected for the pour, whatever, as long as I get part of the building process approved and signed off, my permit stays current. So I guess as soon as I get a chance to, I'll have to get out there and start digging those footings and getting all the plumbing done for the drains and all that, so I can get that part of it signed off and keep my permit current. But for now, we'll get back to the house and get these tires put back on, see if I can grab a couple of those 55-gallon drums. Tires back on the backhoe, tires back on the El Camino. No more jack stands in the driveway. Not a very exciting day, but we did get a couple things taken care of. I hate flat tires. I hate dealing with tires that constantly go flat. It's kind of warm today too. Snow's melting off. But we did get a couple things figured out with the county. Got the permit situation for the greenhouse figured out. So we'll get going on that. Get it paperwork filled out and turned in so I can start building that. In the meantime, I might go for a walk around the property. There isn't too much daylight left. Sun's kind of going down. So hang out for a little while. We'll get some more projects going around here, get some things done. Until next time, go make something.